Earlier this summer, 16-year-old Kahreem Tribble had a confrontation with NYPD. Surveillance video shows him appear to put his hands up, appear to try and surrender. At that point, one police officer punches him in the face. Another officer points his gun at him, and as he's backing up, appears to hit him in the face with the gun. As he lays on the ground, he's punched again. The video is there to be seen, but what happened before the video remains a mystery. I went to Brooklyn to get some more information. Kahreem's mother told me his teeth were cracked open, broken, his mouth was cut up, and she doesn't understand why. On top of that, she says she won't even watch the video that we've seen.
They made a decision not to look at the video.
I can't see that.
Tell me why.
Because it's disturbing. It looked like somebody's being abused, hurt, and that's my son. I don't want to see it.
Initially, Kahreem did face charges. He was charged with marijuana possession, charged with disorderly conduct, charged with resisting arrest. His attorney told me that the charges were dismissed. There's no indication that he did anything wrong legally.
There's never any legitimate reason for this type of conduct. This type of conduct should never be tolerated. There's no excuse for what they did to that boy.
It's difficult to find out if he's facing any additional charges because he's a minor. We asked NYPD for a comment. All they told us was that this case is currently being investigated by Internal Affairs. Kahreem's attorney also told me this isn't an isolated incident.
So this isn't a first. All three of these officers have been sued for civil rights violations, all three.
It remains to be seen if the officers will face charges.
Now, all three have been suspended?
Well, the third person who comes in at the end has not been suspended yet. The officer that threw the first punch apparently has been reassigned, so he's not suspended. He's on desk duty. The officer that apparently hit Kahreem with the gun has been suspended without pay while the investigation is taking place.
Well, let me just first introduce Dee Dee Benke. Dee Dee, thanks for coming on the show as our guest chaser.
This looks like these officers were provoked somehow. It is hard to believe they're going to just start punching a guy. I mean, what happened before? Was he throwing a knife? Did he punch at them? What did he do? I mean, look, you see people go crazy all the time. We just don't know. I think it's a little unfair.
Right. Nonsense. It's time to stop wondering what if. It's time to just look at what is. Number one, this is 2012. The NYPD said $750 million paid out in settlements for police abuse in 2012, and they expect that to go up to over $800 million by 2016. If they're not having a culture of wrongdoing, they're not paying almost $1 billion in settlements.
But you can't assume all cops are bad, though. There are a lot of great cops.
It's a culture of wrongdoing. There's no accountability.
But let's be clear. We are not condemning or attacking NYPD. We're condemning or attacking individuals who may commit these crimes. And going back to what potentially happened prior to the video, the best way generally to look into that is what someone's charged with. If you threw a knife, you'd have a charge. If you threw a punch, you'd have a charge. If there's no charges pending, it kind of speaks to the fact that there may not have been that provocation.